Hi, today I'd like to talk to you about a project I've been working on, and that project is putting a small home entertainment system in my very small office. So this entertainment system will consist of two front speakers, two rear surrounds, a center speaker, and a subwoofer, so 5.1, and that's how it's configured. So I did this by shopping pretty much all in thrift stores. So video thrifting is a way to go on a lot of this stuff, and this works out well for me. So I'll be showing you the items that I purchased and their prices, and if you hang on till the end of this, you'll get a chance to see how those prices compare to the same items on eBay. So I'll use those prices against an average price for that item on eBay and take a look at the difference. I think you'll be interested in seeing that. All right. Next thing I want to talk about a bit is a disclaimer, because in this video I'm going to mention a couple of stores. I'll mention a number of brands, and the bottom line is, from all that circle of things, they didn't give me anything. Okay, so I've had no incentives other than these were the products that I bought and these are the places I shop. There's no incentives. I haven't been given money, cash, awards, cars, free airline tickets. All that would be interested in, but no, seriously, I haven't got anything. So we'll get the disclaimer out of the way. Everything you see is I bought because it's something that I'm using in this project. All right. So with that, the final thing, and probably maybe most important in all of this, is that when you shop at a thrift store, a good piece of that money goes to charity. So it's kind of a win-win. As a customer, you save money on what you're buying, and certainly rather than going into a corporation, it's going to people who are disadvantaged and who need help. So everybody wins on this deal. So when you can shop at a thrift store, and especially for like me, audio equipment, I've been doing this for a long time. It's a good thing to do. All right, so let's get started, and we'll start off with showing you what I bought. These are my left and right front speakers. These little Infinities are wall mounted. They're not flush in the wall, but they're wall mounted. When I first saw them, they were like face to face. One was on her back, and I thought they might have been fans. And as I was fumbling around in the shelf, I noticed a place to put hook up your speaker wires, and that kind of diminished the first thought. And so I started looking at them. I put them back down. I thought, I don't think these things are going to be any good, but what the heck, I'll do a Google search and see what I come up with. And what I came up with is they're really a pretty decent set of speakers. Matter of fact, they cost $449 for a pair when they were first introduced, so not too shabby. The frequency response is good. I've had them for a while. I've used them on another project here, and they're clear as a bell. So it was a good buy, and I paid like $15 for them, so couldn't go wrong. That's $15 for the pair, not $15 each. So these JBLs, these are bookshelf speakers, and they're my rear speakers. First thing I was impressed with them was just the quality of workmanship. I mean, JBL really put these guys together, from the cabinets to how the grills fit, the looks of the speakers inside. They really did a nice job constructing them. They have a decent frequency response. As a matter of fact, I think they're probably overkill for rear speakers. When these things were new, they were like $129 each, and I paid $15 for the pair. They do sound well. They have a titanium tweeter in them, so it's a decent speaker. And these were in like new condition. So I'm using this Polk Audio CSI 30 as a center speaker, of course. Uh, I really like it. It's got a very good tonal qualities to it. Um, what I don't know is how much this thing originally retailed for. So if anybody has a clue what the MSRP is on this, let me know. Put it in the comment section because I'd like to know. I'm guessing from around what it is, from around other Polk Audio speakers about that same time, looking at them, and also some speakers for some other vendors. I'm guessing these things were probably $200 to $249 when they hit the streets. For me, I paid $20 for it. And again, the case cabinet 3 on this was the build was good. This one had a little scratch on one side. I was able to repair that, and now it looks like new and sounds great. Here are the specs on it. Um, for a center speaker, pretty good. Running through here is good. It's got a 27,000 hertz in the top end. Means that your high end treble sounds really good and clear on this. It doesn't get all tinny sounding. It's very clear. Now my subwoofer is an interesting little guy. He was part of the RM705 is part of a home theater in a box that Polk Audio had. Um, so with that, we got the sub, you got two rears, you got a center and two fronts. This little guy in that kit totally was about $349 as the MSRP new. I paid $20 for it. I took a picture of the back of this thing because the panel on it is pretty much the same panel that I've seen on other Polk Audio subs, of course with much more wattage. That this is a down firing sub. It's got about 50 watts is all it's got. Again, I've got a small office. I didn't want anything too powerful, so this is perfect for me. It's got a carpeted floor, so I put a piece of floor tile right under it to give it a little more pop, and it works great. So there are your specs for that. Again, it's a down firing sub. It's only an 8-inch sub. Perfect for a small room. So that kind of takes care of the speakers. But the next guy is my receiver. Now, just prior to, matter of fact, a couple of weeks ago, I was using a Harman Kardon. I think it's an AVR 245 Harman Kardon receiver back here, and it worked fine. Really had any problems with it, like the sound of it. But I've always been intrigued by Integra receivers, and I knew the model I wanted. Did a little research. This is an early one. These receivers were sold. At least the focus group was for installers. So yes, a regular person who was not an installer could certainly buy one. I'm thinking, I don't think anybody's going to stop taking your money. So that wasn't an issue, but they were primarily geared for installers, and they were made by Onkyo. So I thought, well, this might be pretty cool to have. I just like this. Like I've had a number of different receivers, and I thought I'd like to check one of these out. So this is a DTR 20.1. Again, I think the specs of this guy is pretty new. It's HDMI. It is real. I mean, with those infinities, the really high end sounds. The treble is just crystal clear. It sounds just great. and so it was a good addition. Does it sound better than the Harman Kardon? Yes. Okay, it does. It does. So I even got the original remote with the guy. So this thing, I did not buy this one at a thrift shop. The Harman Kardon I did. This one had been pricing them for a long time on eBay, and the prices to me were just ridiculously high. And I found this one for $70 with the original remote and free shipping and a 30-day guarantee, and I jumped on it. And glad I did. So it's been a welcome addition to my home theater system back here in my little office. All right, so what did all this stuff cost? Well, let's take a look at this spreadsheet here. Let me explain some of this to you. The actual price is the actual price that I paid for them. The eBay average, this isn't real scientific, okay? I took the lowest priced item on eBay, or lowest price for the item on eBay, and the highest price for the same item, added them together and divided by 2. That way I've got an average selling price for them. The MSRP, of course, is the MSRP for when the item was introduced. It's not adjusted for inflation or anything like that. That's just how much it cost when it was introduced. So you see the Infinities, for example, I paid $20 for them, and they're $112.50. The JBLs I spent $1,585. The Polk Center was $20. The eBay average for that was $110, and the Polk Audio ARM 705, $20 for that, and the eBay average for that was $217.50. For the Integra, amazing. The actual price for that was $70, and the eBay average on that came out to be $212. But let's go back up to the ARM 705, that Polk Audio. I don't know how some of these guys price this stuff, on eBay. A lot of people will get you a lowball you a price for the items. So say the items for a receiver, they say, well, it's $100 for the receiver, then it's $212 for shipping. I mean, yeah, really. so all these eBay averages include shipping. So because the only thing you really care about on the back end of it is how much you paid for it. However he wants to charge for the item, however much he wants to charge for shipping is doesn't make any difference. You add the two together, and that's what you're paying. So I know it's done to kind of lure you to the item. So if you have a lower price for the item, you do a search, it may pull you in there, or so people think. In any event, that was silly. The other thing about this RM 705 is the average was $217, and brand new, the whole kit only cost $349. So I can't, for the life of me, think why people are pricing this RM 705 so high. I mean, yeah, it's a decent little sub, but not that much. And I kind of ballpark the MSRP on that as $90 as part of the set. So don't know how that all comes about. So anyway, at the bottom line here, as you can see, you can save some money by shopping at the thrift stores. The downside of that is that you have to take what's there. You can't just walk in and buy an Integra receiver, because they may not have one, or may not ever get one, or they might have one tomorrow. You just don't know. The best way when you're looking to buy for a project is to make a weekly tour into your neighborhood thrift store and see what's going on in there. If you have some sort of a routine to do that. Anyway, that's how this goes. And I know at the end of this, audiophiles are going to say, yeah, I've looked at all these assorted pieces, and
the timbre isn't right between some of the speakers, and this thing can't sound well. And I'd say baloney. No, this does not sound like a $25,000 home theater setup. This system with the Polk Audio Center, Polk Audio Sub, and the two Infinities, the timbre, and all of those are pretty well matched. It just happens that the JBL is too, and so everything kind of balances out pretty well. All right, well that's the uh, story of my sound system for my small office and what I paid for it. I think 145 bucks for the caliber of sound system I have here, at least to me, is a pretty good deal. All right, if you have any questions or anything, let me know. Put them on your comments, and if you're viewing shopping at thrift stores, drop me a note and tell me what kind of deals you're getting. All right, guys, thank you very much.